Manchester United just beat Brighton 2-0 in the final game of the Premier League season. This season was an absolute joke, easily the worst season I've personally ever seen the team play. We had the most losses in a campaign, the most goals against, tons of drama. It was just a disaster of a season, but I am happy that we got 2 wins on the bounce and now we're going to the FA Cup final. Man City did win the Premier League today, obviously unfortunate because that's 4 years in a row that they've won, but hopefully someone can actually investigate those 115 charges and strip a few titles away. But anyways, back to the game. I think the team did alright. You could tell they didn't really have a lot of energy. It didn't really look like they wanted to win. Because let's say they did win and Newcastle lost, then we would be in the Conference League, and I'm sure a lot of the players don't want to play in that. A lot of the fans, too, did not want United to make the Conference League, and I'm sure there's some players on the squad that felt the same way. Another reason for the lack of energy might just be trying to be healthy for that FA Cup final. Nobody wants to pick up an injury in the final game of the season that doesn't really mean a whole lot, and then miss the FA Cup final and miss a chance at winning silverware. And then there's also some players that are most likely leaving at the end of the season, like Varane and Casemiro. They don't want to, try super hard and risk an injury that can risk a potential move for them in the summer. I also think we were extremely lucky to win this game because we had to do 2 goal line clearances to prevent 2 goals from Brighton, and then they had 2 other opportunities that should have went in the back of the net, but they just couldn't finish. So realistically, Brighton should have had maybe 3 or 4 goals, but they just didn't score them. I want to point out Erik ten Hag's great man management for this game. He gave Martinez some minutes, Varane, Rashford, Højlund got a goal. I'm very happy for him. Overall, I would say this is one of the best man-managed games that Erik ten Hag has had this whole season. And now pretty much everyone who you could expect to play in that FA Cup final has some minutes under their belt right now, which is definitely a good thing because you do not want to go into the FA Cup final rusty against arguably the best team in the world. Højlund, I'm very happy for him. That's 16 goals this season. Very proud of him. A lot of people saying he was going to be a flop and get like 5 goals, but Buddy got 16 goals, and he had a very slow start to his United career. I think if we sign some really creative players for next season, this guy could easily get 25 goals a season. Easily. But the fact that he got 16 with barely any service is actually pretty incredible. I'm hoping that goal today gives him a bit of confidence, going into the FA Cup final. Hopefully he can score there. But I'm really happy with his development, and I really hope that he has a fantastic season next year. If we look at the table, we ended up finishing in 8th place with a negative goal difference, which I still find is crazy. Even with all the injuries, just seeing United finish with a negative goal difference is wild. No European football unless we win the FA Cup. And you should also poke some fun at some of your Arsenal friends because look at how close they were to winning the Premier League. And they were talking all kinds of smack at the beginning of the season, even in the mid-season, and then they come that close and don't win it again. What a shame. So guys, overall, I would say it was a decent game, a low energy, just kind of get through it kind of game. Get it out of the way because we've got the FA Cup next week, and I really hope we can win that thing. We've got 2 wins on the bounce right now. Højlund has scored in 2 games in a row. Things are looking good. People are back from injury. I hope we can pull off some kind of miracle and win that trophy and prevent City from getting 2 major trophies this season. And it's a bit of revenge for last year's FA Cup final that we lost to City, so surely this year we can turn the tide. So guys, let me know what you thought about today's game. Did you think we performed well, and do you think we have a chance next weekend at the FA Cup?